Most people lose arguments before they even start talking. After studying thousands of debates and getting crushed in discussions for years, I finally cracked the code. These 6 secret methods will make you unstoppable in any argument. And here's the crazy part. The winners aren't always the smartest people in the room. Look, I used to be terrible at arguments. I'd walk away angry, thinking of all the perfect comebacks hours later. Sound familiar? But then I discovered something incredible. Arguing isn't about being right. It's about being smart. Today, I'm ranking these 6 battle-tested methods from worst to best, so you'll know exactly which ones to use when it matters most. Method 1. The agreement trick. Here's something that will blow your mind. When someone attacks your argument, don't fight back. Instead, agree with them first. I know it sounds crazy, but hear me out. Let's say someone says your idea is stupid. Most people would get defensive and start yelling. But here's what you do instead. You say, you know what? You make a fair point about that part. But there's one thing that doesn't add up for me, and I want to challenge it. This is like using judo in a conversation. You're taking their attacking energy and using it against them. They were ready for a fight, but you gave them agreement. Now, their brain is confused and they're actually listening to you. The crazy part, when you admit someone is partly right, you look confident and reasonable. Most people are so thrown off by this move, they completely drop their guard. Method 2. The question trap. This technique comes from the smartest guy in ancient history, Socrates. Instead of telling someone they're wrong, you ask questions that make them figure it out themselves. Here's how it works. Someone says, people with good grades always get good jobs. Instead of arguing, you ask, so you think high grades automatically make someone more skilled at their job? Don't you think other abilities matter too? Watch what happens. They start seeing problems in their own argument. You're not attacking them. You're just asking innocent questions. But these questions are like little traps that make them argue against themselves. The beautiful thing is that people convince themselves. And when someone convinces themselves, they actually believe it. You become the helpful person asking questions, not the enemy they need to fight. Method 3. Magic word swaps. The words you choose can make or break your argument. Small changes create massive differences. First rule, never say you're wrong. Say I feel confused instead. Watch this. You're being ridiculous versus I feel frustrated by this logic. The first one starts a war. The second one starts a conversation. Second trick. Use words that make people agree without thinking. Obviously, clearly, everyone knows these make your point sound like common sense. Obviously, saving money makes sense. It's different than I think we should save money. Third weapon. Ask questions with only one answer. Wouldn't you agree that being healthy is important? Of course they say yes. Now they're nodding along with everything you say. And here's a bonus tip. Give them that intense eye contact when you make your point. It shows you're serious about what you're saying. Method 4. The information bomb. Time to overwhelm them with pure data. When someone challenges you, hit them with so many facts their brain can't keep up. Have you looked at the 23% failure rate? What about the current market data? Did you see the expert feedback and the long-term projections showing the risks? Here's what happens in their mind. They're trying to process all this information at once, and their brain starts shutting down. They feel completely outgunned and assume you must be right because you know so much. The secret? You don't need every single fact to be perfect. You just need enough to make them feel like they're drowning in data. When someone can't respond to everything, they usually don't respond to anything. Method 5. The magic number 3. Here's something weird about human brains. We think groups of 3 things are complete and trustworthy. 1 reason feels weak, 2 feels incomplete, 3 feels perfect. Always give 3 reasons, 3 examples, 3 benefits. It makes you sound prepared and professional. This plan will save money, improve results, and make everyone happier. I disagree for 3 reasons. It's risky, it's expensive, and the timing is wrong. Here are 3 examples of why this won't work. Why does this work so well? Because it feels like you've covered everything. Your brain thinks they thought this through completely. Plus, most people give 1 or 2 points and then stop talking. When you consistently give 3 points, you sound way more prepared than everyone else in the room. The rule of 3 brings structure and clarity to your arguments. It makes everything you say more convincing without people even realizing why. Method 6. The conversation killer. The ultimate weapon. One perfectly timed line that completely shuts down their argument and leaves them speechless. The best comebacks are short, punchy, and delivered at exactly the right moment. They don't just win the argument, they end it completely. That's interesting advice from someone who's never actually done this. I love how confident you sound about something you learned 5 minutes ago. If this strategy is so good, why aren't you using it yourself? Here's the secret. Timing is everything. Wait for them to overextend themselves or say something that doesn't make sense. Then deliver your line calmly and confidently. The key is not being mean, being smart. The best conversation killers point out the obvious flaw in their logic so clearly that everyone sees it. When you nail this technique, the argument is completely over. They have nothing left to say. Game over. This method easily earns the top spot because when it's executed perfectly, you don't just win, you dominate. Here's what separates the pros from the amateurs. Don't just use one method, combine them. Start with the agreement trick to lower their guard. Use the magic number 3 to make your points sound complete. Deploy the information bomb if they challenge you. Keep the conversation killer ready for the perfect moment. But here's the most important thing. Adapt to the situation. Everyone reacts differently to different approaches. Read the room, read the person, and pick your technique accordingly. The ability to switch between these methods based on what's happening is what will make you truly unstoppable in any discussion. Now you know the exact same techniques that changed my life. But knowing them isn't enough. You need to practice them. Pick one method and try it in your next conversation. Start small, get comfortable with it, then add more techniques to your arsenal. Which method surprised you the most? Drop a comment and let me know. And if this video helped you understand how arguments really work, smash that like button. There's way more advanced stuff where this came from.